So arrive here on your mat, taking time to arrive. I'm always inspired at Sagrada in one of the showers. It says the hot water takes time to arrive. And that reminds me that when we take time to arrive, the good stuff comes. Hot water, peace, calm. So give yourself a moment here. The transition as important as the rest of class. Take in a long, deep, nourishing inhale through your nose and an exhale through your mouth. Once again, a long cleansing breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And if it feels right, I invite you to open your hands. This concept of dancing your heart or dance your heart is really an openness to allow fun and lightness and beauty in. And palms open allows that golden light wherever you are. If it's a foggy golden light where I am, or beautiful mountaintop sunshiny golden light, let it in through the palms of your hand, coming up into your arms, into that chest space, and just let it explore there. Poke around in all the nooks and crannies. And if it finds some spots of achiness or pain, perhaps you've had a significant injury recently or some cactus pokes, whatever it might be, send that golden light healing to those spots with kindness and tenderness, making room for your heart to feel more light, not focusing on the discomfort, but just bathing it with kindness and love. And you can stay like this if you wish, or bring a hand to heart. Notice what feels better for you. Taking in an inhale and an exhale, let it out. And the invitation to dance your heart comes from a necklace that my husband gave me over 20 years ago that says exactly that, dance your heart. And this idea of dance your heart, for me, was something that I was not doing. I was at that time missing the moments and missing out on pausing, missing out on being present, missing out on the joy and the magic right in front of me. So the invitation of Dance Your Heart is just that, to not miss out on the joy and the magic in front of you, to pause and be present and allow yourself to enjoy. Allow yourself to notice and check in. What's your heart's desire? What do you know that you would like more of or less of? What makes you dance? Could be dancing, might be singing, might be nature, might be movement, might be music. Giving yourself a moment here to think about what would dance your heart. Who would you like to do it with? Might it be something you want to do alone? What makes you feel light, inspired, beautiful? Take in an inhale and an exhale. Dancing your heart is not irresponsible. It's responsible. It's what love would do. It's what compassion would do. It's what connection would do. And it's even what productivity would do. When we dance our heart and follow our passion and come alive, that's when the amazing, beautiful things happen for ourselves, for those we love, and those we care for. So I invite you today to give yourself permission to dance your heart. And if you struggle to give yourself permission, let someone else do it for you. Sometimes we need someone to help us see what we can't see ourselves. And that was truly the gift of the necklace, though I do love the necklace, but the invitation to dance your heart, the invitation that someone else might see what makes your heart dance that you're missing, and or give you permission to let go of it and do that. So if you need help, allow someone else to give you that permission. Who might that be in your life? And how might they be able to be of help? And if there isn't someone, perhaps find someone. Connect with someone who maybe makes your heart dance, your heart a little bit lighter. You may not know who they are yet, but open to the invitation that they're there somewhere. Bring your hands to heart. Palms together, finger pads rubbed together. Rub them nice and warm, heat them up. Bring your thumbs to your sternum. Connect to that heart space underneath. Take in an inhale and an exhale. And I invite you to honor the intention of Dance Your Heart, whatever that might look like for you. Taking a moment to think about what that might look like here on the mat and afterwards. What would Dance Your Heart do? And when you're ready, lower your hands to your thighs and open your eyes and come back into this space, giving yourself time to arrive. Once again, time to accommodate, time to enjoy. I invite you to flip your hands palm up again if you flipped them down, and bring your thumb and index finger together, and then your thumb and middle finger, and then your thumb and fourth finger, and then your thumb and pinky finger. And as you connect thumb and ring finger again, you say peace and run through your fingers. Begins with me. Thumb and index, peace begins with me. Perhaps dancing begins with me. Lightness begins with me. Do this 2 more times in your head, whatever you wish to begin with you, to begin in that heart space, bringing more into your life. Connecting each finger pad together one at a time, noticing the lightness and the fun, a little bit of mindfulness from a place of dancing, joy, lightness, not too serious. When you're ready, stop the fingers, bring your palms down by your sides. Take in an inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, palms come together. Finger pointers reach all the way up towards the sky. Side body lengthens. Ground your sit bones into the earth. Ischial spines downward. Tilt your pelvis forward. Stack your spine. Reach your fingers high, high, high. And exhale, drop your shoulders. Inhale, reach or point your fingers up towards the sky as high as you can. Fill up fully with the breath, nourishing every tight, sensitive pocket. And exhale, release. Interlace all your fingers, flip them up towards the sky. Shimmy your elbows by your ears. Take an inhale, slight arch back. Exhale, round forward, suck your navel in, pull it all the way back. Allow your head and neck to press forward, lower back opens, hands open. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. And exhale, round, round, round. Suck that navel all the way back. Enjoy it, create space. Inhale, reach up, arch. And exhale, round forward. Press the palms all the way forward towards the front of the mat. Stretch every nook and cranny of the back and enjoy it. And reach up to release. Open your arms out towards the side. Press the palms into the side walls. Wrists are flexed. Pinch your scapula together and release. Pinch together again and release. Wrap your arms in front of you. Give yourself a huge hug. Wiggle your fingers towards your scapula, however it feels good to you. Lift your elbows up over your chest space and allow your head and neck to fall into the cradle of your arms. Giving yourself that hug, sending kindness and healing to your heart. Inhale and exhale. Bring your chin up to chest. Untangle your arms, stretch them wide again. Palms face the sidewall. Pinch the scapula together and release. Relax your arms in the wrap your arms in the opposite direction. Wiggle your fingers. Give yourself a huge hug. With kindness, lift up those elbows over your chest. Fold forward, head and neck into the cradle of your arms and enjoy it. Breathe into the back body. Exhale, let it go. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Bring your chin up, elbows up. Untangle them and lower them by your sides. Shrug your shoulders all the way up to your ears as high as you can. Release downward. Roll them back 3 times. Releasing any tension here, creating space and lightness and freedom. Roll forward. Enjoy it. Come to pause at center. Take your right palm, all 5 fingers spread wide. Place it on the earth to your right. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. Gracefully stretch it over the left ear. Whole left body stretches here. Still up on whatever you're sitting on, if that's possible for you. Ground the palm into the earth. Bend the right elbow. Stretch the fingers wide, wide, wide to the right. Inhale deeply. And exhale, release. Stretch those fingers longer, longer, longer. Press into the right arm. Back up to center. Exhale, left palm grounds into the earth, right hip. Reach the right arm over the right ear with grace and kindness. Stretch long, 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 opening everything up, creating lightness within the chest. Breathe in. And exhale, release. Press the hip down. Once again, inhale, stretch into the whole right side body. And exhale, let it out. Come back to center. Stretch both fingers tall, tall, tall to the sky. Engage your belly, twist to the right. Right arm tense behind, left arm rests lightly on the left thigh. Inhale, stretch your spine, crown of the head towards the sky. Look to the right. Exhale, release, bring it out slightly. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, let it out. Bring both arms up. Twist back to center. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, drop your shoulders. Inhale, reach up once again. Twist to the left. Left hand tense behind, right hand lightly on your thigh. Inhale, spine lengthens. Twist our spine lengtheners. Reach the crown of your head to the sky. Lengthen your neck. Exhale, twist to the left. Release. Inhale, reach tall, tall, tall. Exhale, bring it out. Bring both arms up towards the sky. Twist back to center. And lower your arms down. Take a pause for a moment. Notice how you feel. We will take out whatever you happen to be sitting on and come to hands and knees. If you have a blanket for your knees, use that. If you don't, or you may or may not need it, you can also fold over the edge of your mat if that feels good. Hands and knees. All 5 fingers on each hand spread equally wide, equal pie shapes in the middle. All 5 knuckles on each hand, connect them into the earth, palms connect downward. Protect your wrists, be kind to them. Notice your arms engaged in the sockets, shoulders in the sockets, belly flat, tops of the feet on the earth. Turn your hands to the side of the mat. Wrists in the center and rock gently. Notice perhaps a little release in the forearms. Turn your fingers towards your knees, release the forearms, and gently rock back and forth, very lightly. Just enjoying the letting go, the awakening, bringing a little spark and spirit back into those forearms, perhaps tingling in the fingers. You may wish to bang your toes here for a minute, enjoy that. Bring your palms back to the side and to the front. Stretch the right leg long behind you. Drop your right knee to the left. Reach the right arm towards the sky. Come into gate pose. Have fun with it. Right arm reaches tall, tall, tall to the sky. If you wish, raise your right foot up a little below hip height. And if you wish, stretch your right arm long in front, stretching from one end to the other, heel in one direction, fingers in the other, belly fully engaged. Notice how strong and stable you are. Perhaps wobbling, perhaps dancing a wee bit. Enjoy it. Lower the right foot, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Right hand comes into the left hip crease. Roll your right shoulder open, look up towards the sky. Rolling that heart. Creating space, having fun with it. Reach your right arm towards the sky once again. Lower it down, come back to hands and knees. Take a moment to arrive. Fingers spread wide equally once again to protect the wrists. Be kind. All 5 knuckles stretch downward. Take moments in the transition. If you don't, you might just brush a cactus, in my experience. Pay attention, transition carefully. Left heel drops to the floor. Left hand reaches high, high, high to the sky. Gate pose on this side. If you wish, raise your left foot up to hip height, a little below, not too high. Reach the left arm with grace as over the left ear, stretch tall, tall, tall. Notice your heart here. Have fun with it. It's falling with gravity. What if it sparked a little bit of life here? And if you wobble, have fun with that. Reach your left hand up. Left foot comes down. Left hand comes into the right hip crease. Roll that shoulder open. Look up to the sky. Creating space, enjoying it. Breathe in deeply. Exhale, release. Reach your left hand towards the sky. Lower down. Come back to hands and knees for a moment. Even your hips out. Come onto your forearms. Walk your palms forward. Lower your third eye to the earth. Coming into puppy pose, your sit bones still reach upward. That's kind of what's different between this and child's pose. Forearm comes down. You'll notice a stretch between the scapula and the shoulders, in the front of the shoulders. Wiggle your fingers. All of them one at a time. Bang your toes. Have a little fun with it. And come to stillness. Notice all the sensations. Huge inhale here into the space behind the heart. And exhale, release. Slowly rise up with kindness. Press your hands back and come to sit up on your toes. We're going to do broken toe today to awaken a little bit. You will reach your butt back onto your heels. Curl your toes underneath, including the pinky toe, all the way. Take a moment to use your fingers and undo them. And as you lean back onto your heels, you'll notice this delightful, if a wee bit painful, stretch in your toes, but enjoy it. A little bit like a massage. You can gently lean back a little more, a little less, depending on how it feels. Notice if any of your toes need to be untucked. Lots of sensations, but let them percolate through you, waking you up. Notice how your heart feels in this spot. Huge inhale into the chest. Bathing the heart with oxygen, allowing it to fill completely. Exhale, release. One more moment here. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Come back to hands and knees. Bang your feet out. Have fun with that. Enjoy it. Lots of banging here. Play with it. Walk your hands forward, a handprint. Curl your toes and shoot your hips up to downward dog. Enjoy downward dog. And if you have a recent injury, as I know some of you do what works. Don't overdo it. More is not better. Bend one knee, press the other heel into the earth. Bend the opposite knee, press that into the earth. Once again, one knee, and then the other. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Come into a forward fold. Widen your stance, lift up all 10 toes, spread them wide, play with them, and lower them down. Bring your hands to opposite elbow and allow yourself to fold forward completely. Feet stable and grounded. Shift into your toes. Shift into your heels. Shift to the left and to the right. Let your head and neck release completely. Place your hands on the ground. Knees can be bent if you need to reach it. Left hand comes to the center. Spread your fingers wide, wide, wide. Bend your left knee, straighten your right, reach to the right, twist. Enjoy the stretch in the IT band, the head, roll the wrists, play with it, have fun. Switch sides. Right palm on the earth between the hands. Fingers spread wide, palms connect downward. Right knee bent, twist to the left. Have fun with it. Come back to center. Knees bend once again, gently. Hands reclasp at the sacrum. Extend your fists towards the sky, elbows straight. Allow your hands to fall forward, head and neck releases. Chest, front of the shoulders open. In this upside down position, your perspective shifts slightly. Draw your attention to your heart and ask yourself here, what might dancing your heart look like? Sometimes it's easier to access in a shifted spot. Bend your left knee, twist to the right. Notice the open in the front right chest. Bend your right knee, twist to the left. Enjoy it. Come back to center. Bring your hands back to your sacrum. Run them slowly down the back of your thighs. Engage your belly and roll up inch by inch by inch by inch. Head will be the last to rise. And give yourself a moment when you arrive here. Notice how you feel. Let the blood flow arrive into your fingers and your toes. Wiggle them. Take a huge inhale. And an exhale. We're gonna do dancer pose because we're dancing our hearts. For those of you who can't reach your foot, you can use a chair and put the foot on a chair. So if you need that or you need to balance, go ahead and do that. I have this lovely ledge here, so that's what it looks like. When you arrive, even your hips. For others of you, you may wish to use the wall for balance. Again, let other things help you. There's no shame in that. It's graceful and it often allows us to do more. Ground into the earth with both feet. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down. Connect the entire left leg downward. Even your hips towards the floor. Raise your right knee up to hip height at 90 degrees and pause here. Bring your hands to hips. Balance in this moment. Maybe noticing some wiggles and some wobbles. Right hand comes down along the front of the right thigh, down the shin. Bring the heel to your buttock, even your hips out. You may wish to stay here, left hand still on your hip. You may wish to raise your left hand towards the sky. Notice what feels good for you. What gives you the lightness and this feeling of dance your heart? If you wish, and it's fun, tilt forward, torso tilts forward, left hand reaches forward, right foot presses into the right hand. None of these positions are better or worse. Just notice what's fun for you and enjoy it. 3 breaths here, wherever you are. Exhale, let it go. Another long, deep cleansing inhale. Press the right foot into the right hand, wherever you are, or into the chair if you're on the chair, or into your buttock if you're upright. Stand up tall. Lower your left hand to the hip. And lower the right leg. Shake it out. Roll out your ankles. Treat yourself with kindness. Dancing your heart is not pushing yourself and being mean and being upset that something is tight. It plays with it, wiggles a bit. Right foot grounds into the earth. All 5 toes lift up and lower down. Ground the entire right leg downward into the earth. Allow the earth's energy to come up through that right leg into your pelvis, even it out. Raise the left leg as if you're almost a tree and the right leg is a tree trunk. Pause with it at 90 degrees. Hands to hips to start for balance. Find your balance here. Focus on the floor about 6 feet in front of you or use that right hand for the wall. Left hand runs along the front of the knee, the front of the shin. Draw your heel into your buttock. Even your hips out. Pause here and notice how you feel. If it would dance your heart, raise your right arm towards the sky. Stretch the entire right side body long and tall. Feeling graceful. Exhale, tip forward, left foot goes into the left hand. Have fun. Whatever dances your heart, do that here. Dancer pose. Enjoy it. If there's wiggles and wobbles, enjoy them. Dancing your heart does not worry about the wiggles and the wobbles or the faults. It just enjoys them, giggles, and moves on. Stand up tall once again. Take a moment here in transition. Lower your right hand to your right hip for balance. Release the left foot and shake it out. Enjoy it, have fun with it. Roll your shoulders back 3 times. Huge rolls. And forward 3 times. Enjoy it. Come back to Tadasana or mountain pose. And pause. Lift up all 10 toes. Spread them wide like monkey toes. I'm a pediatrician. Monkey toes are what we use to balance and for strength and inner stability. Lower your toes down. Draw the earth's energy up through your heels, into your knees, engage your thighs, tuck your pelvis, stack your spine all the way up through your neck, through the crown of your head. Inhale and drop your shoulders. Notice your heart light in your chest. Taking a moment to allow the heart to be light here. Bring your arms out and up towards the sky. Slight arch back. Fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Spine is straight, butt sticks out. Stretch in the back of the legs. Crown of the head reaches forward. Heart shines forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale once again for a half lift. Spine straight, butt sticks back. Heart shines forward. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come to the earth. Step back to plank. Anyone who needs to modify, feel free. We're going to do a side plank and a chaturanga. So whatever works for you, pause here. If you're, engage your belly, top of the push-up. Everything is flat and strong. Notice if you'd like to widen your feet. Fingers spread wide. Turn your heels to the left. Open up, right hand reaches towards the sky, side plank. Have fun with it, whatever works for you. Reach the fingers towards the sky, spread them wide, 5 fingers spread wide. If this doesn't work, bend your left knee and reach those right fingers tall to the sky. One more breath here, have fun with it. Notice your heart roll open. Lower back to plank. Top of the push-up, even things out. Organize your feet in a way that feels good. Take time to organize your hands. The key is in the transition. Set yourself up well. Drop your heels to the left. Reach your left fingers towards the sky. Coming into side plank on this side. Reach those left fingers. Spread them wide, wide, wide. Let the energy come in through your hands. Lots of energy comes in through the hands and the toes, fingers and toes. Come back to plank. Tip forward on your tiptoes. Lower down, chaturanga, however way you like. Knees to the floor, untuck your toes. Bring your elbows into your sides and use your core strength. Lower down towards the floor, chaturanga. Third eye on the earth. Weight is out of the hands. Pause here for a moment. Your third eye, your knowing, inner knowing, intuition, connects downward. Take a moment to listen here. In this prone position, once again, a different perspective, a spot we're not usually. Pause and notice and listen. Notice what your heart has to say here. Notice the front of the hips connect to the earth. Tops of the feet connect to the earth. Huge inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale, lift up into low cobra. Weight out of the hands again, heart shining forward. Exhale, lower down. We'll do that one more time. Connect the tops of the front of the sit bones into the earth and the tops of the feet. Inhale, arch up for low cobra. Heart shines forward, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes and press up to down dog. And pause and have fun. Perhaps in stillness. Perhaps pedal your feet. See what feels really good to you here. There's no right way to do it. I enjoy spreading all my fingers, pressing my hands into the earth, straightening my arms, humeral heads in the shoulder sockets, press your hips up and back as high as you can. Head lowers a bit to the floor. The apex is your hips. Reach them high, high, high. 3 breaths here. 2 more. Huge inhale. Huge exhale. Let go of whatever's getting in the way of dancing your heart. Inhale into those pockets behind the heart that are open here that you might not normally notice. Exhale, cleanse it all out, flush it away. Take a moment to organize yourself. Fingers spread wide, all 10 of them. Left ball of the foot grounds into the earth. Raise your right leg towards the sky, belly engaged, 3-legged dog. Pause here, even your hips. Press your heel into the back wall. Everything engaged and strong. Exhale, bring your knee between your hands. Come into a high lunge. Rise up slowly. Arms reach towards the sky. Exhale, bend into the front knee. Notice if your front knee needs to wiggle a lot farther forward. Your knee should not extend beyond your ankle. You should have a wide lane between your feet, about 18 inches. And you may want a longer high lunge or a shorter stance high lunge, meaning the length between your feet. Notice what works for you. Inhale, stretch your fingers tall, tall, tall. Exhale, sink into your hips. Back heel is off the ground. Inhale, reach tall, tall, tall. Exhale, sink in. Enjoy the opening of the front left hip. 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, stretch your fingers tall, tall, tall. Exhale, sink into the knee and the hip a little bit more. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to press off the back foot, shift into the front foot, bring the back knee up to 90 degrees. Inhale and reach upward, balance pose here. Bring your knee back, come back to high lunge and pause. Hands at heart center, thumbs press into the sternum for balance. Heel is off the earth. Inhale, press off the back foot, shift forward, knee to the top, exhale. Last one, place your back foot into high lunge. Once again, shift into the front foot, bring the knee up to hip height. Pause here. Bring your left knee and foot back behind you. Tip forward into warrior 3. Hands at heart center and balance. Noticing if this is fun. Does it dance your heart or is it torture? Just have fun with it. Wiggle the back toes. Breathe in however high you can lift that back foot. If you wish, you can spread your arms like Superman, but not needed. Or bring them back to heart center. Just notice. Bring your knee back up to hip height and lower it back into high lunge. Lower your hands aside the right foot. Hop the back foot forward, come into a pyramid pose. Tap your right hip back, left hip forward, and notice all the sensations. Inhale for a half lift. Spine is straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold over the back, over the front leg, sorry. 3 breaths here into all the tightness, all the nooks and crannies, letting go of anything that is keeping you heavy and stuck. Anything that gets in the way of dance your heart. Notice. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward a little bit more. If you have blocks, use them here. It feels really lovely and nourishing. It often leads to a bigger release. If the blocks are here, they're right here. Lower your hand down. We're going to come into a standing splits here. So you may want the blocks, but you can also do it just with your hands. Walk your hands forward or the blocks forward. Shift your weight into your front foot, raise your back foot. Many of you will raise it just to hip height. Some of you will be able to tip forward and raise it higher. I like hip height. feels nourishing to my hips, and strength is engaged but not over engaged. Higher is not better. Lower your head a little bit towards the floor. If you have your hands on the floor, you can use fists. Lower the left leg alongside the right. Take a minute, widen your feet, pick up your toes, spread them wide, lower them down. Sink your hips back down and low, come into chair pose. Hands come to heart center, sit back. Take a moment here to notice perhaps if you feel a little more alive, a little more awake. Maybe your heart does feel lighter. Lower down, drop your head and neck towards the floor, release completely. Engage your belly and roll up inch by inch by inch by inch. Head will be the last to rise. Allow yourself to arrive. The blood flow to shift, percolate into your fingers, wiggle your toes. Don't take it all too seriously. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down. Draw the energy up through your legs to your knees. Engage your thighs, tuck your pelvis, stack your spine tall. Inhale deeply. And exhale, lower your shoulders, heart right, light, palms open towards the front. Notice how you feel for a moment here. Huge inhale and exhale. Inhale your arms out and up towards the sky, slight arch back, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward, heart shines forward, light here in your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Step your right foot back. Come into a high lunge. Raise both arms up. Notice if you're tippy. Adjust your feet. Widen your stance if you're tippy. Perhaps narrow it, perhaps lengthen it. Reach both arms tall on the inhale. Stretch both side body. Exhale, sink into it and pause. Tag the right hip back, left hip forward. Notice what feels good. Inhale, reach tall, tall, tall. Exhale, sink into it. One more. Stretch the side body long here. Really lengthen and enjoy it. Exhale, sink in. Notice the opening in the front of the right hip flexor and enjoy that. Bring your hands to heart. Lift up all 5 toes on the front foot and re-lower them down. Weight comes into the ball of the back foot. We're gonna shift upright, knee at 90 degrees in front. Pause here, balance. Exhale, lower your foot, come back to high lunge. Use your palms for balance, thumbs into the sternum. Press off the back foot, raise your knee to hip height. Exhale, lower it back down. Press off the back foot, shift into the front foot, knee to hip height, and balance here for a moment. Find a spot on the floor about 6 feet in front of you that's not moving. Shift your knee back, tip forward into warrior 3 here. Notice what works for you, height-wise. Don't have to raise your foot too far. If you wish, open your arms wide or by your sides or heart center. Heart center is easier for balance. So if balance is your struggle, some days you may have balance issues and some days you may not, or one side and the other. Let it go. Bring your knee back in front and lower it down to a high lunge. Hands still at heart center. Lower your hands to the earth. Hop the back foot forward, come into pyramid pose. Tack the left hip back, left hip forward. Lift up all 5 toes on the left foot and lower them down, or the front foot if you happen to be opposite. Shift your weight into your toes, back heel rises up. Lower it down. Inhale for a half lift. Bring your hands to above your knee, back is straight, crown of the head and heart shine forward. Exhale, lower down and let it go. Breathe into the nooks and crannies and tightness. Notice your heart space here. Any more messages about what would help you dance your heart? What would that look like? Would it be travel? Would it be singing? Would it be time with children, time in nature? Would it be learning something new? Would it be cooking? Would it be spending time alone in a hammock? Huge inhale and exhale, fold forward completely. Allow your head and neck to release. Enjoy all the sensations. Huge inhale and huge exhale, fold forward. Step the back foot forward to meet the front. Engage your belly and slowly roll up to stand, inch by inch. Head will be the last to rise. Come to face the side edge of your mat, or you can just turn your mat, depending on your setup at home. We're going to come into yogi squat and goddess pose. We're going to start with a yogi squat. Some of you will like a blanket under your heels. Other of you can use a block under your butt, and some of you will be able to do it no problem. So turn your feet out into second position, bend your knees, lower down. Hands come to the inside of your knees, palms come together. If your heels are on the earth, you don't need a blanket. If your heels can't touch the earth when you do this, you do need a blanket. If your knees don't like this, put a block underneath you, sit on it. I'm modeling that if you need to know what that looks like. Elbows into the knees, palms come together. Yogi squat. Notice the shifting energy here, the opening in the sacral chakra and the pelvis. Releasing, opening, creating space. 2 more breaths here. In whatever position you're in, enjoy it. No one's looking, no one's judging, no comparing. Just enjoy the release, whatever comes up here. Sometimes in this spot, what might dance your heart might come up. A different energy and attention comes in this position. 1 more breath. Lower your hands, shoot your hips up towards the sky. Turn your toes front. Engage your belly and roll up like pearls on a string. Unroll all the way upright. When you arrive, shove your shoulders up towards your ears. Pinch them back to the back of the mat and lower them down, palms open towards the sky, Tadasana. Taking a huge inhale. And an exhale, let it go. Bring your feet out wide again into a wide second position. Sink your hips down and low, coming into goddess pose. Knees are in line with your toes. Widen your stance as much as you need to be comfortable. Bring your hand to heart, sink your hips down and low. Breathe in here, protect your knees. Make sure that your knees are essentially over your ankles, but not in front and not behind. Inhale deeply. Exhale, sit lower. If you have wonky knees, you can also do this on a chair. So bring a chair for balance, bring a chair to sit on. It can be very helpful. Inhale. Exhale, sink in a tiny bit more. Raise your right heel and lower it down. Raise your left heel and lower it down. If it would dance your heart, raise both heels and lower them down. Straighten your knees, stretch your arms out wide. Coming into star pose, spread your fingers wide, wide, wide. Lift up all 10 toes, lower them down. Bring your hands to your hips and heel toe your feet in to stand. We will transition to a seat. Legs long in front, whichever way you want to set your mat up for that. If you wish, you can sit up on a blanket if you happen to have one. And if not, no need. Move the flesh of your seat out of the way. Ground it downward. Tilt your pelvis forward. Stack your spine. Sit up nice and tall. Knees can be bent. Ankles can be flexed. Engage your belly. Raise both arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, forward fold to even things out. Release the head and neck. If you wish, press your knees into the floor. Notice the stretch in the legs, the lower back, different stuff. Release your toes. Put your hands on your ankles. Spread your toes wide as you can, drawing in the energy there. And release. Slowly walk your hands up your shins, to your knees, to your thighs. Take them, tent them behind you. Come into Dandasana, staff pose. Notice that your spine is straight up and you're not leaning back into your hands. You're sitting up nice and tall, sit bones perpendicular straight into the earth, spine rising tall, crown of the head reaching tall, neck is long and lengthened. Everything engaged, shoulders down and back. Exhale, release. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Relax everything. Bring your knees together, feet together, knees apart. Come into butterfly pose and have a fun rock. Pause at the center. Connect your sit bones into the floor. Once again, roll the pelvic bowl forward. Stack your spine. Puff your chest out. Hands lightly on your ankles. Sitting up nice and tall. Take in a big breath into the heart space, creating lightness for it to dance. And exhale, release. Bring your feet farther forward into more of a diamond shape for stability. Raise both arms up above. Belly is strong. Face the palms forward. Open your hands into a cactus shape. Bring your elbows all the way to your waist. Fingers stretched wide, all 5 fingers spread. Reach up towards the sky. Exhale, lower your elbows into the chest space. Heart is open. Lots of shoulder stuff waking up here. Fingers stretched, tall, spread wide. One more, elbows to waist. Fingers out to the sides. Stretch tall towards the sides. Lower your hands by your sides. Wrap them in front, right arm under left. Come into eagle pose here. Elbows come to shoulder height. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower to shoulder height. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower to shoulder height, and opt out if you need to protect your shoulders. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Round your head into the cradle of your elbows. Elbows come just below between the breasts and the belly button. Breathe into all the pockets that open up here between the scapula with kindness. Exhale, release. Bring your elbows to shoulder height. Untangle your arms. Press the palms into the side walls. Pinch your scapula for fun. Feels great. Exhale, release. Opposite side, left elbow under right. Thumbs come together. Shoulders come to shoulder height and pause. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower, roll, full downward. Close your eyes. A moment here to go inward. Breathe into the pockets fully and completely with kindness and lightness. Sending the breath to the heart space, healing it, nourishing it, bathing it with kindness. Allowing it permission to dance. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release. Bring your elbows back to shoulder height. Untangle them, stretch them wide. Lower them down by your sides. Stretch your legs long in front. Even things out. Draw your shoulders up to your ears, pinch them, and lower them down. Raise your arms parallel to your legs. We'll roll down inch by inch. Engage your belly the whole time. Pearls on a string, slowly. Try to stay out of the hip flexors. Use spots in your belly. Pay attention. Move with intention and kindness. Roll all the way down to the earth and arrive. Notice how you feel. Huge inhale here. And exhale, release. Notice. Draw your knees into your chest here and have a nice roll on your sacrum. Enjoy it, play, have a little fun. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your feet. Come into happy baby. Soles of the feet reach towards the sky, knees press downward. Groin opens again in a different spot here. Exhale, release. Bring your feet together. Press your heels into your groin. Release your feet. Lower them down, soles on the earth, knees about hips width. Hands come to the side body by your waist, about 6 inches to the side. Bring your heels towards your buttocks. Press into your forearms and your hands. Lift your hips up. Come into an easy bridge. The intention here is just to release the back body. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you. Open your heart space. Hips reach up. Knees energetically connect. Inhale and lift up. Release everything in the back body. Inhale deeply into the heart space. Exhale, lower down slowly. Pearls on a string with kindness. Untuck your shoulders. Knees together, feet apart, in line with the outer edges of the mat. Raise your arms over your head easily, or at a T by your side or by your side, depending on what feels good for your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees to the right. Left knee connects energetically to the front right corner of the mat. If you wish, on the exhale, gaze to the left. 3 breaths here as the heart slows. Beginning the transition into stillness. Turn your gaze to center. Bring your knees back to center. Untangle your hips and shoulders if they're out of order. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. Right knee connects energetically to the front left corner of the mat. Notice the opening in the psoas and the hip flexor. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, if it feels good, turn your gaze to the right. 3 breaths here in stillness. One more. Bring your gaze back to center. Knees back to center. Untangle your hips and your shoulders. Bring your hands down alongside you. At your waist, palms open towards the sky. Spread your legs long towards the front, hips width, and allow your toes to fall towards the outer edges of the mat. Come into Shavasana, final resting pose. Taking a huge inhale as you arrive. And a long, deep, cleansing exhale, release. Allow yourself to sink into the mat here. Let the earth hold you. Let your body breathe for itself. You may notice that as you relax fully, eyes closed if that's comfortable, that you feel light. Perhaps your mat is actually lifting off the earth. Perhaps you're floating or flying like a magic carpet. Whatever your heart wishes here, let it dance and be light as you easily give yourself a few moments to be, to enjoy fully. Nothing to do, Nothing to worry about, except dance your heart. Fleetingly precious. This day has never been here before and will never come again. This is the moment you have been waiting for. Quench your thirst and live like there is no tomorrow. Sing and dance and stick your head out the window. Look around, smile, give, receive, open, allow. Get out of the stories that don't serve you, the ones that are parading around in your head, pretending to be so important and urgent. Feel the breeze on your face. Life is happening all around and through you. Let it tingle you alive today. All of this, what we call our life, is so fleetingly precious. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a huge inhale, and if it would feel good, reach your arms long above and toes long in front. Stretch the side body. Exhale, let it go. Roll over to one side and pause for a moment. Connect here with that full and beautiful heart. Strong yet soft. Ever taking care of you. What would it look like to dance that heart? When you're ready, press into your hands and come back up to a comfy seat, whatever that looks like for you, or you can stay where you are. When you arrive, ground your sit bones into the earth, tilt your pelvis forward and stack your spine. Bring a hand to heart and another hand to top. Take in an inhale, stretch tall, and an exhale. A moment to connect into that beautiful, strong, soft, ever reliable heart. What does it need? What would help it dance? Bring your hands to heart center and pause. Thumbs connect to the sternum. Take in an inhale and an exhale. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. The light in me honors and reflects the light in each and every one of you. May you be well. May you be loved. May you dance your heart and come alive this week. Namaste.